Gordon Pepper, and I'm here with the champ. The champ is here, or something like that. This is your heavyweight world champion from King's Court, Mr. Dennis Killough. Dennis, welcome aboard.
Hey, Gordon, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing is the question.
Oh, not bad, not bad. Bored, sitting at home, not doing much of anything. I'm lucky I still get to work from home, so that's a blessing in disguise. I only have to go into the office when I have to fix something, but other than that, it's working at home or going to play golf.
Oh, well, I'm hoping your golf game is not as good as your bowling game, even though I guess when you guys decide to get back on the lanes, we'll soon find that out.
Yeah, I mean, golf game's gotten pretty good over the last, 4 months now, I guess? Well, at least 3 now. So I've saved some strokes off the game, so it's pretty good shape right now.
There you go. So the last time that you picked up a ball for UBA event, I would assume would be Mega Bowl.
That's right. The last Sunday of Mega Bowl, which was it, March 15th or somewhere around in there.
Something like that.
And that's basically almost the last time I've really bowled anything. I have a buddy who's a layman out of center. He allowed me to come in there while he was doing fix me up stuff. That was just basically 2 weeks ago. I bowled, I guess, about 5 games one day. Then I went the following week, and I bowled about a game and a half, and I pulled a muscle on my backside. And,
oh, no.
I had to quit. So I haven't touched the ball since.
So I'm sorry.
About 6 games in overall.
How's that belt doing?
Oh, it's resting right behind me. It's in the chair right behind me. So I keep it clean.
Yeah, can we see her from the belt? Very shiny.
Right there.
Nice shiny belt.
It keeps me some good company. Right, I'll keep it good company. So we'll keep it as long as we can.
Let's say he's hung out with you now for over a year.
Yeah, it was a Mega Bowl down at Greensboro in North Carolina. That's when I won it. So year and I guess technically year and a half now almost.
Yeah, close to it.
Year and 3/4. Year and a quarter, something like that.
Yeah, year and a quarter. Should there be a Battle Bowl in Delaware, and should you be defending it, it'll be over a year and a half.
Yeah, I saw that Delaware got put on a 14-day quarantine list this afternoon, or at least that's what I read. So who knows what's going to happen?
I'm sorry.
Who knows what's going to happen there?
Yeah, it's on the 14-day quarantine list for both New York and New Jersey. So basically, if I decide that I want to hang out now at Bowl-O-Rama this weekend and do some practicing, I'm going to be locking myself inside for 2 weeks. Of course, if I go out anywhere outside of New Jersey, it looks like I'm going to have to go back in and quarantine myself for 2 weeks, with the exception of
right.
But let's talk about a state that you live in, which is North Carolina. What's going on there in the bowling world? Because I'm hearing it's open, then it's not, then it's open, there's an appeal in there. So chat with me on that.
Officially, today, the B.P.A. CGA, Bowling Proprietors Association of Carolinas and Georgia. Mm-hmm. They won their court case against the North Carolina governor today, which would allow the BPA, those members, bowling centers to open. From what I understand, not all bowling centers are members of that group.
That's correct.
So anybody who's been bowling in North Carolina up until today has been doing illegal, well, against the governor's wishes. So, now I know you probably saw there's been a lot of tournaments around. So I'm still crowd shy. I choose not to be around any crowds right now. So I haven't participated in anything.
Well, I would say this, it's very hard to differentiate right now between what's more important, your health or your livelihood, especially because life right now is making it hard for people to make that sort of choice.
True. Bowling's a hobby. It's something I really enjoy. It's a privilege holding this belt, but this belt's not me. I'll give it up in a second just to protect my health.
Yeah, well, I know in terms of the UBA, they're not going to force somebody to defend anything if it's unsafe. And I know that Jason Hale, with the World Championship Series, has been chatting about that. And, the UBA in general has also been chatting about that, about, okay, what's the situation? At Mega Bowl, it wasn't nearly as bad then as it is now. So this is a little bit of a situation that we're talking about at this point.
Right. It was, I guess, back at Mega Bowl, that was, I guess, when it really started getting bad and things started getting locked down. Mm-hmm. So, there was a little bit of, I guess, crowd noise, controversy, or whatever, about why did UBA run Mega Bowl. It was still really in the early stages of things. So, I can understand. I still felt safe at Mega Bowl.
Yeah.
Now, so, the numbers are going back up, so. Yeah, I'm not sure about being around crowds. That's my personal feelings.
Yeah, for me, and I'll remember the day exactly. For me, on March 10th is when our company said, we're closing down, go home. Oh, by the way, Gordon, you've got to hang out around here because you're bottom of the totem pole in terms of you're a freelancer, so you need to be in the area in case we need you to go back in. And as you say, and I'm sort of in that similar job where I have to go in and fix things as well. So when I was in that situation, in Mega Bowl was right there around the corner. It's just sort of like, but I would agree with you that it wasn't that bad then. It's obviously gotten a lot worse now, but it really depends. There's a lot of time that's there between now and the end of August.
Right, and what I'm struggling with right now is what the entry opens up. What, July 14th, I think I remember, right?
Yes.
So, and I know it's a reduced event schedule, which you have to weigh that in. When I looked at it, I'd only be able to bowl 2 events and my match. Mm-hmm. Was that really worth my time going, 8.5 hours just to bowl 2 events and a belt match in a crowded bowling center? In a state that I may not be able to get into for 2 weeks.
Well, you'll be able to get in. You just won't be able to get out of the house when you come back in. And that's why I prefaced it with a lot of things can happen between now and the end of August. You're certainly looking at a month and a half. And I'm sorry.
At this point in time, I don't feel like I can. And we know Battle Bowl is going to probably sell out pretty quick. So I don't feel like I could commit to Battle Bowl on the July 14th date, not knowing what's going to happen at the end of August. So you're talking about a month and a half early. I don't know. I guess I could sign up and request refunds if I had to.
I think a lot of people are actually, and I know on Facebook and social media, maybe not everybody is going to publicly admit this, but I think a lot of people are in the same boat that you're in, which is very much of, I want to go to the event. I don't know how safe it is. I want to see what happens in the news, and I want to see what the numbers are if they go up or down before making a decision. I know a lot of people are in that same boat. And I think a lot of that is also based on not just the safety of the bowling alleys, but the intelligence or lack of people that are going out, not wearing masks. And I'm not talking to UBA. Ironically enough, the bowling alley, which is supposedly this real horrible place where you can get the virus, every bowling alley that I've been at, everybody's been masked. It's been mandatory. It's been around as safe as you can possibly humanly be that I've been in. Now, I've seen horror stories of other places that aren't bowling alleys that aren't wearing masks, for that matter. And I think it really also depends on the location. But I know New Jersey is airtight because nobody wants to get closed down. So they're all having that attitude. Now, you know this better than I do in the Southeast area, so let me ask you this question. I know that there's tournaments and things that are going on and maybe you're not there, but I know that you've heard people chatting with you. How has the environment been in the Southeast in terms of the Masters?
There's been some tournaments in Rock Hill, which is right across South Carolina line from just south of Charlotte. They've had maybe one or two tournaments. All the tournaments that I've heard of, I haven't heard of any rumors of anybody coming up sick or turning up sick, a few days or a week or whatever later. So from that standpoint, I think it sounds like everybody's been doing a good job of either being clean or staying home if you're sick or whatever. Respecting each other's space. That's what. And we actually have a tournament. There's a team. Leonard's putting on a tournament next weekend in Rock Hill. It's a 10-person team tournament based on your UBA team, and so I've been invited to go. I'm considering going. I've heard that Rock Hill's been doing a really good job about keeping things clean. So, and they've been open. South Carolina's been open for several weeks. So it's been a while.
Yeah, I know. South Carolina's been open. Georgia's been open.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything news about Georgia. I just know they've been running tournaments. I haven't, heard any bad things about anything.
Yeah, I mean, all the pictures that I've seen of craziness has been happening on the beach or at parties or other private things where they've had plenty of video on that. But you haven't seen any bowling alleys getting in trouble.
Right. Yeah. No bowling centers. I did hear on some news over the weekend down in Myrtle Beach, not bowling center wise, just
right.
General public. There was a bunch of infections, cases, whatever, developed out of Myrtle Beach just past over the weekend. So there's a guy I work with. He had a friend. I guess the friend's two daughters and two of their friends went down to Myrtle Beach over the weekend. And all four of them came back sick. And these were teenagers. Mm-hmm. So, but general public's not going to care about each other. I think the Bowler family group is more of a tight knit group, so we might tend to look out for each other a little bit more.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I definitely think the UBA from a family unit level tries to make sure as much as they can that everybody tries to stay safe, because the last thing that you want is a bowling alley event or any event to go down because somebody gets sick there.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, so what's your thoughts on, and I'll leave it with this. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that Battle Bowl is open, everything is magically clean, no issues, no coronavirus, none of that stuff. Right now, you've got an Alex Prell that is currently the Northeast Heavyweight Champion. You have, let's see, who's the Southeast Heavyweight Champion? Oh, yeah, there's that guy Niffen again.
Yep. I have an opinion on this. It might not be a popular opinion, but now, obviously, nobody's bowled since Mega Bowl. I understand this. But neither one of them has had to defend since prior to Mega Bowl. So my opinion of this is, since they have not had to defend, neither one of them, why should they get a second shot at this without having to defend their belts?
Before you go on, let me ask you this question. Let's just say, for argument's sake, without me saying anything at all, but let's just say they had to defend at least once before they come hang out with you.
At least they have to defend. I mean, it's not really – if you think about it, it's not really fair to the rest of the field who are trying to get up to the belt level, that they don't have a chance to win that Northeast or Southeast belt before getting a shot here. So it's not really fair to the other guys, not just the champions, but to the other guys who are trying to get there.
All right,
great, we have a virus, a pandemic going on. It's kind of limiting things. I understand that, but yeah, that's just a thought that's kind of me and some other folks have thought about.
All right, so then let's just say, for argument's sake, that they do successfully defend, and you got to go up against one of them. And I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit later on in the next question, but let's start with this one right now. So let's just say, for argument's sake, again, it's devil's advocate here. You got to defend against one of them. Which one would you rather see? And don't give me the "it does not matter" line, because that will make you look like a giant waffle.
Well,
and I don't allow waffling.
You asked me. I've offended 3-4 times now. I don't know. I can't remember. And you asked me this. It really doesn't matter. But the answer you want. Here's the answer you want. I bowled Niffen twice. I beat Niffen twice. Now, I know him and Alex went 7 games, I think, at Mega Bowl.
Yes. Yeah, it went 7, and Alex, in an interview that I had with him a couple of weeks ago, said that still haunts him, and he really felt that he should have gotten the title shot, and he's very, very, very cranky about that, to the point where he's ready to go. He wants you in a really bad way.
Well, that's fine. Everybody should want a piece of this. So they, I guess for argument's sake, let's say I bought Alex. I mean, Alex, he's obviously going to have a better crowd up there than he did down here. I mean, I don't know if he had, other than maybe people he brought with him, he really didn't have many people cheering for him in his corner, and Niffen had a ton. So it got pretty loud on Niffen's side. So, I mean, and granted up there, I mean, the South representations are probably not going to be as much, because I've seen a lot of posts that people saying we're not going. So it may be like a reverse situation. If I'm bowling Alex out, so I have the crowd, I'm going to have, well, at this moment, you can't have anybody with you. So even my wife can't even come watch me bowl. So
I was going to say, it's going to be as much non-crowd as you can. This could be as empirical as possible. So now let me throw the devil's advocate question in here, because now let's just say, what if they've got to defend? So now I'm going to throw 2 other people in the mix, which is the number 1 contenders for both the Northeast and the Southeast. Now, the number 1 contender in the Northeast, I don't know if you know him or not, but he's very loud on social media. His name is George Williams. Woof, 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 woof. I'll give you. Oh,
George? Yeah, I met George at Mega. I met him at North Unholy when I went up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that'd be a fun match. We both play the same part of the lane, so that'd be a fun match. Hey, noise don't bother me at all. So plus, I'm half deaf in one ear, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, he'll be bringing the noise. But the number 1 contender in the Southeast is someone that I know sounds familiar to you, Josh Pittman.
Yeah, I knew Josh well. I bowled at the last 2 Myrtle Beach Unholy. We bowled a squad together the last 2 years. So I knew Josh really well. Nice guy, quiet, and very deadly with the bowling ball in his hand. So yeah, both of them are quality opponents.
Oh, Josh Pittman's made a lot of noise in the WCS, and one of the things that he told me after he dropped off the list, he said, "I will be back. I will be back with a vengeance. I am getting the belt."
Yeah, I know Josh really well. I would consider him a friend, and I know his wife, and I mean, other than Unholy, we bowled tournaments together up at Triad in Greensboro. So I know Josh really well. I like him a lot. He keeps to himself. Got his glasses on his head. Goes bowls lots of strikes. So yeah, he's quality.
He's quality. That's going to be fun. Anyway, I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to leave this up to you. Last question is always the Dennis Killough question. Anything you want to say? Any shout-outs? Anything that I missed? Anything you want to talk about? Floor is yours.
Really, I just hope everybody's being safe, being smart. I will try my best to plan to be at Battle Bowl. I will not risk my health to be at Battle Bowl, or risk my family's health being at Battle Bowl. But if I get there, then you'll get my full attention. I will get my practice in. I will be back on my game by the time we get there. So just steal my belt until somebody takes it.
Great. Awesome. Dennis, thank you so much for your time. And for everybody else, and for Dennis Killough, this is Gordon Pepper signing off. This has been 5 Good Minutes with Dennis Killough, UBA all day.